Alright, hello my lovelies, and welcome to Sondering Tarot. This is going to be your full moon in Cancer reading. Full moon should be around the 6th of January, so it's here in just a few days. You're going to start feeling that energy. Don't be surprised if your emotions are heightened, that you may want to kind of go a little bit into a hermit mode and retreat into friends and family, your comfort zone. And because Cancer is about family and the home, situations with that may come up, as well as its association to the moon itself. Don't be surprised if your intuition is heightened, if you have some maybe interesting dreams, some downloads, or strong ascension symptoms come up. I'd also like to mention that during this time period, Mars is still in retrograde and Mercury went into retrograde. And that will continue towards, like the 12th or so of January. And of course, as Mercury and Mars go direct, you're going to have that 2-week shadow period throughout the rest of the month. Don't be surprised if you're feeling like you're delayed, that things are not progressing. Be careful to mind your words. Mercury is in retrograde. You could be misunderstood. And with the heightened emotions of the full moon in Cancer, you may be prone to lashing out, as it were, which won't serve you because communication is hindered anyway. So please be mindful of your words and stay grounded if you can. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, get all your cards out for the Celtic Cross. I'm going to be using Disney's Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas for that particular part of this reading. Funny enough, it's after Christmas, and that's the deck they wanted out of all the tarot decks that I have. And I only have two. I have the tarot I'm going to use for your main spread, and then the Earth, Moon, and Shadow Oracle that I'm going to use to clarify. So, we're going to see what comes out. If you do not feel like watching me shuffle and get all the cards out on the table, I will have links in the description below, so you can go ahead and fast forward to the actual reading. Here we go. What is the heart of the matter for the collective during this full moon in Cancer? Oh my God. Hanged Man right out of the gate. Yeah, we're just going to do this. Spirit, what's the heart of the matter for the collective during the full moon in Cancer? Nope, that's literally it. Okay. Spirit, what is the obstacle? Or how do we get over the obstacle for the collective? Well, that was a nice huge chunk. Spirit, what is the obstacle? What is the obstacle, or how do we get over the obstacle? That is a big chunk for the heart of the matter, and for the obstacle, or how to get over the obstacle. I fully expect them to give us the obstacle and then how to get over it. Nope, that's all they want. Okay. Spirit, what is the recent past for the collective? What is the recent past? Whoa, that was explosive. Okay. And there's the Hermit card. Ooh. Spirit, which way would you like the Knight of Potions in the upright or the reverse? Upright, okay. Good thing I checked since it landed in my lap. I got that in the right order. Yes, thank you. Pretty sure I did. Okay, I'm wanting any more for the recent past. No, okay, good. Didn't think so. That's a big chunk. Alright, Spirit, what is above us? What is the highest we can achieve for the collective during this full moon in Cancer? Moving on. What is below us? Whoa, that was quick. What is the lowest we can achieve for collective? Okay. Spirit, what is advice? Advice from other people, advice from ourselves during this time. And the environment? What is the environment for the collective during the full moon in Cancer? What is the environment for the collective? This full moon in Cancer. Okay, hold on. Alright, what else did you want for advice? Backing up for a second. What else did you have for advice for the collective? Spirit, did you want that chunk? No, okay, I didn't think so. That was... Did you want more for advice? Spirit, what is the environment for the collective during full moon in Cancer? Alright, and what is the hope and or fear for the collective during the full moon in Cancer? What is the hope and or fear for the collective during the full moon in Cancer? Alright, and our outcome? Spirit, did you want that in the upright or the reverse? That in the upright or the reverse? I have like maybe 10 cards left. It's going to be really hard to shuffle. So we're going to try to have that turned in the right direction. Okay, yeah, so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 cards left in this deck that did not make it out onto the table. Alright, my lovelies, I am back. For those of you that actually skipped the shuffling part, I had to put stuff on top of each other in chunks for this reading because I literally have 9 cards left in this deck that are not out on the table. So I expect to see a lot out of here. And some of these came out in whole chunks, so I did not get a chance to preview any of the cards. Of course, the heart of the matter, we start off with the Hanged Man, which makes perfect sense considering we're talking about a time period where Mars is in retrograde. A lot of us are not taking action on certain things. Mercury is also in retrograde. So communication moving forward is very difficult. So we have the Hangman, the Page of Needles, which is the Page of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Needles, the Knight of Swords reverse, the Queen of Needles, the Queen of Swords reverse, the Two of Potions, which is our Two of Cups in this deck, Judgment in reverse, the World in reverse, and the Four of Potions, which is the Four of Cups, and the Seven of Needles, the Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, okay. Like I said, communication is a little is skewed. trying to gain clarity is literally part of the problem. We're not able to move forward, but we have to get clear on things first. I mean, the connections are there. We just haven't made them quite yet on things that either don't work for us or cycles that we have not closed down, which this would be a good full moon to go ahead and close out any leftover cycles left over from 2022. So tie up all loose ends, especially with the Four of Cups here. But the good news is that, at least for most of you, the Seven of Needles in reverse, you're not running from it. So you are literally looking at everything. I'll go ahead and show you each of the cards because I forgot to do that. So you can see what this looks like. I do have a flip through of this deck up on my channel if you have never seen this deck. It is a pip deck. So yes, being able to gain clarity and move on or close down a cycle. That is our trouble, our issue. Not knowing which way to turn. You might feel like you're a little bit without of a direction right now. And I can't remember if in my January monthly reading, if I described this as being kind of lost at sea. I think I did. So feel free to check out that January monthly reading. The good news is with the placement of this full moon, what we're not clear on, we're basically in a timeout. Astrology, Mars and Mercury in retrograde. So as much as the Mercury in retrograde makes communication hard and getting clear, the Mars retrograde slows us down to where we can actually access that information. That way we can actually get clear on whatever we are confused about. So as much as everybody probably doesn't like those placements, it helps. Oh my gosh. And I just realized, Spirit, what's the near future for the collective? I just realized I am totally missing a placement. Somehow I skipped over it, so I should probably be less out of this deck. Spirit, what's the near future? Okay, that makes more sense now. And my spread looks correct. I didn't even notice it till now. Shame on me. Okay. We have for our obstacle, or how to get over our obstacle, we have the Seven of Presents. The Magician. The Nine of Potions, which is our Nine of Cups. Three of Needles, which is our Three of Swords. Ace of Potions, our Ace of Cups. Our Four of Candles, which is our Four of Wands reversed. Five of Presents, which is our Five of Pentacles. Seven of Potions, Seven of Cups. Two of Presents. So Two of Pentacles. Temperance. Three of Candles, otherwise known as the Three of Wands, reversed. The Knight of Presents. The Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Presents. Page of Pentacles. King of Needles, which is our King of Swords, reversed. The Nine of Candles, so this is our Knight of Wands, reversed. Nine of Presents, Nine of Pentacles. Ace of Presents, Ace of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. The Sun, reversed. The Knight of Candles, the Knight of Wands, reversed. And the Lovers. Okay. You actually have a lot of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5. And 1 ace. Okay. Alright, rewards for all your hard work, what you've been manifesting, what you've been working toward, that dream. Ooh, they can't just get clear on. And it's been hard. You've got literally the Four of Wands reverse and the Five of Pentacles. You might be feeling that it's kind of a little bit of an uphill battle. You do have options, though, but you have to bring things back into balance. You literally have the Two of Pentacles and Temperance right next to each other. So the fact that you have 2 balance cards right here, basically almost in the center of this, is interesting. Not surprised that it's also saying that we haven't expanded on what this is, just because, like I said, Mercury and Mars are in retrograde, so moving forward itself is difficult. Game plan, yeah. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Having a game plan, getting a game plan, that way when Mars and Mercury are both go direct, is literally going to help you. Right now, it's not going to feel that way. In fact, it feels kind of painful with this Three of Needles, the Three of Swords. It's uncomfortable wanting to move forward and you can't. Or trying to move forward and it's like you hit a brick wall. Right now, yeah. Even if you are not clear, or even if you do have an idea, trying to move forward is not going to work very well. It actually literally feels like with the King of Needles, the King of Swords here, that is not a good strategy. Not Nine of Candles, the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's not, that boundary you're hitting is not going to let up quite yet. I mean, there is a way forward. Eventually, there is stuff available to you to where you can actually get an opportunity to move forward, but the result on it is not the greatest. The Sun in reverse, the Knight of Candles or Knight of Wands reversed. to the Lovers. That choice, if you push forward now through all this obstacle, through all the energy, is not going to have the favorable outcome with the Sun in reverse and this Knight of Candles, this Knight of Wands. So being bold and assertive and pushing your way through, just, you know, using all the brawn and powering through it and forcing things to go. It's kind of like taking two puzzle pieces that don't fit together and trying to cram them together. So that is quite literally the obstacle. And the easiest solution is to move with the flow. So if you hit resistance anywhere, in any sector of your life right now, move with it. Don't go against it. It's like trying to go against the grain. It's not going to help you in any way. It just creates more pain, more struggle. You're going to wear yourself out. Nine of Wands, reverse. You're literally going to create burnout for yourself. So, that said, the obstacle right now is literally moving with the energy. And they actually do give you advice on how to get over the obstacle right now, and that's basically inaction. But at the same time, what little you can do is this Knight of Pentacles right here. Game plan. Strategize in the meantime. So if you are clear or you get clear on what you need to do, literally plan something out. That way, when Mars and Mercury do go direct, you can literally charge forward. Full speed ahead. Because right now, like I said, you're stuck in that kind of hermit hangman mode. And we literally started this reading off with the hangman. So, I would beware of putting your energy into something that you can't move forward on at this time, because you're just wasting your energy. It won't bring you the effort that you're wanting. You will be disappointed with it. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't manifest at this time. You can manifest, but don't expect that manifestation that you're asking for to arrive during this moon phase. It'll probably arrive sometime after Mars and Mercury go direct. So it's kind of that earth element where your manifestation is going to move very slowly. So even something very simple that would normally manifest very quickly is probably going to be delayed due to those placements. And because I forgot freaking the near future, I'm going to recount these. I have 7 left in this deck. Everything else is out on the table. Alright, recent past. We're going to get into this. The 6 of Needles, which is our 6 of Swords. Ooh, 10 of Needles, our 10 of Swords reversed. 5 of Cups, reversed. So definitely moving on from something that was very painful, not helpful. There was some emotional blow, so it feels like there's healing there of some sort. 8 of Potions, there you go, 8 of Cups. You walked away from something. Should have not tried to read and just let the cards come out. Hierophant, reverse. 5 of Wands, reverse. King of Presents, which is our King of Pentacles. And here we go. I told you the Hermit will probably show up in this reading, and it did. We started off with the Hangman, the very first card, and here's the Hermit. Chariot, the Knight of Potions. This is our Knight of Cups. Page of Potions, Page of Cups, the Eight of Presents, which is our Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Needles, our Ace of Swords, and Tower reversed. Yeah, recent past. You literally moved forward on something that didn't work for you. Literally caused you pain, and you walked away from it. It's no longer painful. So you recently healed something that you didn't like the structure of, something that didn't work, and no longer causes you conflict. You completely influenced your world. You made a big change. And that brings me back to the Hermit card again. Okay. I told you this was going to be one of the key cards for this reading. I fully expected for this card to come out, especially in the recent past, because prior to a full moon, the energy usually shows up beforehand, and I said that you guys could probably go into hermit mode. So yes, we're making improvements within. We're looking for answers. So time for more self-improvement. So we've healed and we've shed another layer of skin, and now we're reassessing other things that need to be addressed. We're moving on, looking in to move on. And not surprised, this is showing up as a Knight and a Page of Cups. Emotions, of course. Remember, this is the recent past, so this is leading up to the full moon in Cancer, which is heavily tied to our emotions. Eight of Presents, self-work. Yes, we're working on our emotions. We're trying to gain clarity on things that we have not yet changed. So, work in progress. Think of an onion. You literally shaved off one layer and you're now looking to the next. You're just going within with this Hermit card right here to do that. So good for you, because that means you're doing the work. You're looking at things, you're reassessing, you're leaving things behind, you're keeping what you can, and then you're reassessing again just to start the process all over. Okay, and because we left some things behind here recently, we shed that one layer of skin. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys had closed one cycle down during that time period, and this is the start of a new cycle for a lot of you. And actually, you know what? I didn't pull any extra cards on your obstacle or your heart of the matter, but I think recent past, we're going to go ahead and do it. Spirit, is there anything you would like to... Woo. Oops, if I hold on to the deck. Spirit, is there anything you'd like to add for the recent past? And the first card out is Ocean Tides, which the moon, of course, has effect on the tides. And funny enough, it's a full moon on the card. It's actually one of my favorite cards out of this deck. Ocean Tides, individuality, strength, and formlessness. You've literally been self-motivated and had the confidence and strength to change your form. You're literally shedding skin. You're changing things about yourself, things that do and do not work. Blue moon, opportunities, divine power, clarity. Clarity is the most important word on that one. It ties in right here with our Ace of Needles, which is our Ace of Swords. We're once again working on ourselves, trying to gain clarity all over again about the things that still need to be changed. The White Oak, healing, vitality, and endurance. Okay, yeah. Work is always hard. And you have healed some. Like I said, you shed that layer, something that needed to go. And the fact that you're starting another round does speak to your endurance, your strength. The fact that I don't have the strength card means it's probably somewhere else over here, but not surprised that it showed up. And this is the third card that has a full moon on it, just to point it out. Snow moon, rest, recovery, planning. This is that hermit phase showing up with this snow moon card. You healed something, you pause, you go within, you rest, you plan your next thing. That is literally where this is saying we are at, but most specifically it is tied to this hermit card. Underworld, the shadow realm, reincarnation. Yes, you are trying to do shadow work, reinvent yourself. And that does mean breaking things down first. And I just did that in completely reverse order. Hold on. I realized why that looked weird. Okay. And you know what? I think we're going to do what's above us, what the highest we can achieve is first. Page of Candles, which is our Page of Wands reversed. Queen of Candles, Queen of Wands reversed. Queen of Presents, which is our Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, and our Seven of Candles reversed. Oh, okay. This ties back into when I said sometimes we go inward during a full moon in Cancer. We usually tend to be more of a homebody, embodying that hermit energy, and family and home, our comfort zone, especially comfort zone with this Seven of Candles, the Seven of Wands reversed. Basically, the highest we could achieve is literally not to struggle with taking action and to beautify our comfort zone. In other words, retreat into our comfort zone and thrive there. Be in a homebody. Friends and family. The home space. So instead of trying to tackle your career and everything at work and juggling everything outside the house, staying with your family unit in the space where you are most comfortable and functioning normally in that space is the best thing you can do, instead of trying to control everything else. Spirit, was there anything else you wanted to add for the highest we can achieve? Shadow and light, demons, shadow self, integration. Yeah, okay. I know what they mean with this card. When we retreat into our home space, our comfort zone, a lot of the times we withdraw to integrate new information, to reassess, to reestablish new boundaries, or to gain new information. There's always kind of that step back first. And like I said, that's you acting in that hermit mode of withdrawing, going to a safe space to reassess. You're already in the reassessment mode. And this card shows it. phases of the moon, intermittence, enlightenment cycles. This is the enlightenment period. Seeing what you can and cannot do, where you need to put your energy, and for the best outcome, not doing anything outward, not moving against the flow, and yeah, being that homebody, dealing with your comfort zone. So to close things down spherically and not have to be this broad person juggling all these plates trying to manage everything right now. To close down is actually better, safer, and allows us to gain clarity. Sacred mountain, ancestors, endurance, resilience. Okay, this is, yeah. I'm getting 2 words out of this. The strongest out of the 3, and that's ancestors and your resilience. If you think this is a difficult period for you, which for some signs this is going to be stronger than others given all the retrogrades, you do have the power to make it through. So consider this your strength card showing up. Now, ancestors. Some of you are going to be working on ancestral wounding, or your ancestors are going to be with you very closely at this time period, whether they're trying to give you information or trying to connect with you, depending on where you are in your spiritual journey. Like I said, you could be experiencing ascension symptoms. You could be going through an awakening during this full moon just because of how the placements are. Don't be surprised if you get a deeper connection. Alright, and we're going to move on to what is below us. What is the lowest we can achieve? Okay. 10 of Presents, or 10 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Aha, there it is. Our Strength card. I knew it had to be on this table somewhere, and there it is. And the Fool. Okay. So for those that haven't identified that next layer that you guys need to shave off, that this is knowing where you want to go and being gentle with yourself, but realizing not only where you're holding on, but actually doing what little you can, given the retrograde. Some of you can move forward, some of you can't, depending on what it is. So some of you will be able to power through and get your new start. You will be able to actually shave off that next layer. So I'm sorry, but what's below you, the least you can achieve and the highest you can achieve, are still really great. So for those that can go with the flow and manage to progress despite the retrograde energy, you can do that. Those that are meeting resistance or are in kind of a corner that can't operate forward, can't get that momentum to move forward, retreating inwards is still the highest you can achieve, and that is okay. So please be aware that that is okay. If you can't move forward, fine. If you can move forward and move with the energy, fine. Accept that for what that is. It's not of, oh, I have to do this and I have to do it now and I have to do it this way and I'm just going to plow right on through it. Remember, don't push through if the energy resists you. So be okay with what you can move forward on and be okay with what you can't move forward on, because you could literally embody both of these. You could have 3 problems that you're working with and 2 you can move forward on and 1 you can't. Spirit, would you like to add anything for the lowest the collective can achieve? Spirit, is there anything else you'd like to add for the lowest the collective can achieve? Wow, okay. Apparently they don't want to give you anything for that. They must have covered it all for the highest position. Like I said, these two are pretty similar, and I like them both. So there's nothing wrong with either one of these. I don't see either one as a positive or negative, to be honest. Okay, near future. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Needles, the Two of Swords. So in the near future, we're literally going to look at where we're putting our energy. Remember, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Presents here, is your equal give and take. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Where are you putting your energy and why? And your Two of Needles, your Two of Swords is choices. So, what direction do you want to go in? And what is worth the effort? Like I said, identifying what is worth the effort, what you can move forward on and what you can't. Some you can, some you can't. Take it for what it is. Please take it for what it is. All right, advice. We have the Six of Potions, which is our Six of Cups. The Four of Swords, Four of Needles. And the Moon, reverse. So this is advice. Take a time out. Think things through. Mull over anything that happened in the past. Like I said, this is that hermit energy showing up yet again. The Moon card will actually reveal things to you. You will be able to gain clarity, but you have to take that time out. It's that Four of Swords. So whether that is meditation for you, whether that is retreating into your comfort zone, which a lot of that is speaking to, or communing with your ancestors, or, you know, re-engaging your spiritual practice, you can reflect and gain information. Things will be revealed if you take that time out. And I'm going to laugh if the Hidden Path card comes out. Spirit, is there anything for advice you would like to add? No. Okay. I tried. Apparently I covered that well enough they didn't need to clarify. Alright, environment. We have the Eight of Wands reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. The Two of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed. And the King of Wands reversed. Okay, this is a whole lot of not moving. You literally have 5 cards here, and only one is a sword card. The rest are all wands. Or in this deck, it's candles. So yeah, a lot of not moving. We're not stuck. It's not like it's self-imposed limitations. Like I said, this is a lot of that retrograde energy influencing you. So it's not you self-imposing of, hey, I can't do this, or it's not possible, etc., etc. It's literally the energy of not being able to move freely. Like I said, there is purpose in slowing down when it comes to Mars retrograde. And some of you will not be able to move. And this is what's showing up. Others will be able to move. Like I said, you are not stuck. So depending on what the situation is, what you're trying to tackle will depend on whether or not you can move freely in this environment that is designed right now to slow you down. Remember, don't push through if there is resistance. And for those that are feeling the inability to move forward, remember that Mars and Mercury retrograde will end and go direct towards mid to the end of the month. And there's still the 2-week shadow period. So February, you should be able to move freely. Nope, they said what they said on that one. They don't want anything else to add, which is totally fine. We'll keep on going to a hope and or a fear. And we start out with the Justice card. So karma, what you put in, you get out. Literally. Quite literally. And the Devil. And the Death card. A lot of you are probably hating me right now for those that don't like those cards. And we have the Six of Wands reversed. And the Emperor reversed. So a lot of you may be fearing a little bit of a comeuppance if you have not had good karma lately, that your efforts, also that what you've put in is not going to be enough. That you have no control, there's no victory, there's no success, there's no reward on the other side of the changes you are making. So yes, this came out as literally a fear. Whether we are getting distracted, whether we're not getting all the attachments, whether that is literally our ego stopping us, or, we didn't get clear all the way, so we're missing pieces, and, we're half-assing things, or, like I said, forcing the energy. The fear is that the outcome will not be what you desire. Beware that fear, because part of that can be your ego. The other part of that is, like I said, you pushing through the energy when you're not moving with it. All right, Spirit, what would you like to add to this fear? Spirit, is there anything else you'd like to add for the hope and the fear? Pathfinder, intelligence, keen insight, premonition. And I was just going to say this right before I asked if they wanted to add anything else, is that you can literally ask for help. And this is, of course, connecting to yourself. This is using your third eye chakra and your crown chakra too, to see a way through. So I'm actually glad that card came out. Karmic web, this is our Justice card. Troubles, misfortune, amends. So, karma, fear. This is you worrying about a bad outcome. Alright, Spirit, is there anything else you'd like to add to this hope and fear? And for some reason, I'm still getting the Hidden Path card in my head, which is one of the cards in this deck. And it hasn't come out yet, so we will see if this placement or the outcome, that card actually comes out. Autumn winds, new path, changes, unseen forces. This literally ties into the death card. And as I said, a lot of the energy right now is trying to stop you. It's that unseen force. Move with it, don't move against it. Especially if you're wanting a new start. Awakening, epiphany, enlightenment, higher calling. As I said previous, a lot of you could be having serious downloads, ascension symptoms, or going through a type of awakening process. I'm not surprised this card came out at all. Yeah, you have a lot of intellect, insight, enlightenment. This is that Cancer energy coming on through that is tied to the moon. And this is a full moon, so it's going to be heightened. You're going to have to be shrewd about what you do and when. Like I said, embodying that hermit mode and connecting to your higher self or your guides, your ancestors, is really going to help you. The nest, spiritual hearth, comfort, well-being. Yes, that's also tied to the hermit card. That's going within and tending to your own inner flame, your own inner well-being, your center, your core, who you are. And yes, you may need to do that because we're trying to shed something. This Devil card is here for a reason. Be mindful of any extra attachments that you have, any other hang-ups, obsessions, distractions that you may need to really take an extra look at and make sure you clear it before you're able to move forward. Nope. Spirit, what else do you want for this hope and the fear? Oh, and we have a repeat card, Shadow and Light. Demons, Shadow Self, Integration. And demons on this one for this placement is what I'm looking at, and that's tied to this Devil card. When you're doing shadow work, you're going to have to literally stare down your demons, and they will try to stop you. And if you don't address them, yes, you will not end up with a favorable outcome. Beware of what attachments and things you are bringing forward. Make sure you sever everything that needs to be severed. Winter's Bone, Reflection, Transformation, Rebirth. This is literally the Death card, which we have right here. And it's also part of that Hermit card because it is a reflection card. But for this, it's literally the Death card, which we have right there, which is highly convenient. Gotta love the synchronicities. Okay, the Scavenger, Desperation, Scarcity, Wanting. Once again, Devil card. Be careful what you take forward. Make sure you sever everything. And yes, a mentality of lacking is one of them. Lunar eclipse, spiritual changes, internal evolution. That's basically the definition of shadow work, which is what you're trying to accomplish. Remember what your goal is. And at the same time, I'd like to remind you not to get stuck by putting a time constraint on something. So don't get frustrated and don't push through the energy when you have resistance. just because you think you need to do it and you need to do it now. That is a falsehood. That is something that will literally keep you stuck. So I want you to be mindful of that as that energy is coming up, because time is a human construct, not a universal energetic one. The chameleon, adaptability, shapeshifting, conformity. Yeah, adaptability, right there. Be adaptable to your circumstances. That's also part of that. Don't add a time constraint in it. Don't dictate what your outcome needs to be and the time it needs to be. Be adaptable to the situation. That way your energy, you can flow naturally. Remember, move with the flow, not against it. If you feel like you are not in control of the outcome, please remember that you trying to control the outcome, the end result, to a very specific thing is also partially an embodiment of devil's energy. It will hinder you. Like I said, don't get stuck. Please don't get stuck. It is okay if you can't move forward. Alright, Spirit, anything else you would like to add for this hope and fear? Predator and prey, chasing, grasping, obsession. Obsession, yes, that is that devil energy. Wanting things. Where was that other card? Scavenger. Here we go. Wanting. It's that chasing and wanting and grasping and trying to go after something, just die hard and forcing the energy. Remember, let it flow naturally. It needs to be natural. Memory and mind, guidance, analysis, and application. Yes. Hermit card. Hermit card is all about going internal or connecting to source, getting guidance, whether that comes from within or without, analyzing what comes in, and then applying it and coming out of the hermit mode to take action. And, before I keep on shuffling, I'm going to come back here to our advice. And that is literally, when it comes to the past and assessing the past, we need to take a time out, the hermit mode, to reveal something, to gain truth. Remember, this is your advice. Guidance, analysis, application. Alright, Spirit, anything else you would like to add for a hope and a fear? Okay, apparently we covered enough of all that different type of energy to stress the point. I'm not giving you anything else. So we are actually going to move on to your outcome. Alright folks, sorry for the delay. I didn't realize my camera had cut out, so we're going to start this again for your outcome. We have the 5 of Needles, the 5 of Swords, so conflict, and the 3 of Presents, which is 3 of Pentacles, reverse. So outcome is basically identifying conflicts of where we are not building either period or incorrectly. This is also about not being a team player. So where we're in conflict with our connections to our team, in this case, I would say our connection to source, because I would not be getting a lot of third eye, crown chakra, reflection, hermit, connecting to source energy if that wasn't in play. You do have a spirit team for a reason. They're there to help you. Ask for help. Feel free to meditate or, go within. Take that time out. Remember, we have the Six of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Moon card. In other words, to gain information from the past, we need to reflect and things will be revealed. Your spirit team will literally help you with that. So some of you are experiencing a disconnect with your spirituality, your spirit team. You need to rekindle that connection, or at least identify where that is askew. That way you can fix it later. As I said, if you can't do anything to move forward, that is fine. But knowing where the conflict is, where the resistance is great. Even if right now we're on a timeout and we can't literally build anything, it is fine. Some of you are going to make headway, some of you will not. And that is fine. Identifying the problem is actually more important than actually solving the problem, because we have to identify it first, make that game plan. That's that Knight of Pentacles we saw in our obstacles, and then move forward. If that means we have to wait for the energy, the retrogrades to end and the planets to go direct for that to happen, so be it. That is totally fine. And I'm going to go back over here and see what Spirit would like to add for our outcome. Treachery, betrayal, mistrust, deception. That's that conflict, the friction that you're feeling. Remember, we had the Devil card earlier in our environment. Beware of what you're telling yourself, because that in itself could be part of the conflict. The conflict could literally stem from you, especially if you're having a disconnect spiritually. Summer fire, passion, creativity, and desire. It's not that you are lacking the desire to move forward. You are actually wanting to move forward. Now, that does not mean that the energy is going to allow you to move forward at this time. Remember, retrogrades are meant to slow you down for a reason. There is purpose in moving slower. And that in itself you could see as a conflict, because you're wanting to build and you can't. Like I said, don't be upset if all you can do is go within and reassess. Predator and prey, chasing, grasping, obsession. Like I said, we had the Devil earlier. This is more of this energy showing up yet again. Conflict. And yes, some of that is going to be energy that you need to clear that hasn't been cleared yet, whether you can or not. Make sure you get it all. And even if you can't clear it right now, if you are unable to move, when you can move, remember to do that. Don't leave it behind. Earthing, grounding, centering, and connection. Yes, I said earlier, stay grounded and connected at this time. A lot of you are reconnecting, and grounding will definitely help you. There's a reason why we're slowing down and we're going back into our hermit energy. We're reconnecting with self, with our higher power, with our higher self. We're reconnecting with our values, as well as family, our home. And grounding helps clear our energy. It helps us focus. It helps us gain clarity. It is important. Eye of Odin, sacrifice, knowledge, new perspective. Remember, our very first card out of this entire reading was the Hangman. We're trying to gain a new perspective. We're trying to gain enlightenment. We're trying to gain clarity with what we need to do. Now, that doesn't always mean action. Remember, the biggest part is identifying all the problems and analyzing it and making a plan before moving forward. Don't jump the gun. Third eye blind, ignoring intuition and self-doubt. This is part of the devil energy, but this is also you needing to reconnect with spirit, showing up yet again. As you can see, the third eye is covered. I keep getting lots of third eye crown chakra energy going on. That is not a mistake. Alright, Spirit, anything else to add for the outcome? And I still have the Hidden Path card stuck in my head, and I haven't seen it yet. And that was a lot. Well, let's start here. Wolf Moon, restoration, incubation, and growth. Yes, that is that time out, and it is purposeful, as I keep on saying. It is to not only recoup your energy, but it is also to identify problems and then be able to correct them afterwards. Awakening, epiphany, enlightenment, higher calling. This is connecting to your higher self, your spirit source, as well as all those ascension symptoms and awakening that you could be experiencing. It's what, the third time I think that card has come out during this reading. There's purpose with that. The Lotus, the past, transcendence, evolution. You're literally trying to do shadow work, trying to move forward. There is purpose in that. Don't lose sight of it just because you're not being able to completely freely move forward. Remember, the placements right now are hindering you. It is okay if you can't move forward. Cold Moon, stillness, abundance, withdraw. I'll say it again because they're going to drive this home. There is purpose in slowing down with the retrogrades and being in a hermit mode, being in a hangman mode to gain that perspective. Here's the second time this card has come out. Phases of the moon, intermittence, enlightenments, and cycles. Not only is this a moon cycle, but this is a cycle of shadow work, of growth, of spiritual evolution for you. Everything has its rhythm, and you need to move with the rhythm. Poisons and toxins, fear, negative thoughts, self-loathing, conflict. Like I said, we had the devil card show up. Be aware of where the conflict is. What is hindering you from building what you want? That's not always going to be the retrograde or anything like that. A lot of that is going to be internal as well. Identify the hang-ups. Setting sun, depression, habits, suffering. Habits. Okay. I mean, suffering, of course, is literally the Five of Needles, the Five of Swords that we see here. Conflict. But habits. What is our habits? Find out what is not working. What is hindering us? What is keeping us stuck? And this is the second time this card has come out too. Snow Moon, rest, recovery, planning, hermit energy, yet again. I can't stress this enough, apparently. So they're going to keep on giving me the same thing. Prophecies, revelations, insight, and messages. Okay. Part of the reason why we are slowing down is taking clarity, which means we can get messages from the universe, from our guides, from our ancestors. It means we gain clarity and insight from inside and without. Like I said, there is purpose in slowing down in the waiting. And once again, this is another card that's come out for the second time. Lunar eclipse, spiritual changes, internal evolution. This is the goal. Growth. And for some of you that are going through an awakening, that journey is probably just starting, and that's a major step in evolution. That is a major change for you. All right, and this is another one that's come out for the second time. Autumn winds, new paths, changes, unseen forces. And once again, I'm coming back to the unseen forces part. Beware of where the resistance is, where the conflict is, where your hang-ups are. What is preventing you from moving forward? Not just the retrograde energy, but other as well, whether it's things in the environment that need to be cleaned up, attachments you may have, things that need to be severed that weren't completely gone, etc. All right, Spirit. What else would you like to add for the outcome? And another card that showed up once already in this reading, the Chameleon. Adaptability, shapeshifting, conformity. Adaptability. Move with the energy, not against it. Realize where the resistance is. You're going to bump up against friction at some point. Remember where that is. Identify it. Don't push through it, but identify it. Move with where the energy is. You can always come back to the areas of resistance later when the retrogrades have gone back to being direct, and then you can address it. Remember, if you can't move forward right now, that is completely fine. And another one that showed up yet again for the second time, the Pathfinder. Intelligence, keen insight, and premonition. Your intuition, your higher self, your spirit team, your guidance system, as it were, will lead the way. It's why we are going into hermit mode. It's why we are looking within. That self-guidance system is there for a reason. Utilize it. If you need to take a time out to do so, do so. And one of the very first cards that we had out of this deck showing up again, Ocean Tides, individuality, strength, and formlessness. You have the strength to tackle this. It's fine. That is not the question. The question right now is whether or not you can identify and get clear on what you need to change or adjust, and whether or not you can move forward now, or if you have to wait until the energy is appropriate for you to move forward. Luna, manifestations, visions, and attraction. Okay, a lot of you are trying to manifest things. You're trying to orchestrate a better life. And like I said, for those of you that are wanting to manifest during this full moon, you can, but do not expect your manifestation to show up right away because of the other energy going on. That will probably be delayed. You probably won't see anything until after Mars and Mercury go direct. It's part of that, knowing when things will move forward and when they won't. Alright, Spirit, anything else to add to the outcome? Spirit, do you have anything else to add to the outcome? Also with the Luna card, visions. Remember what your goal is. What are you trying to build? Also, visions can change as part of that Chameleon card, being adaptable right here. As you get new information, adjust your vision to what you need to do and achieve. You might have more things that need to be addressed than what you thought. And as I said that, thunder and lightning, painful realization, inner conflict. Yeah, I can't flub that timing any more than what it did. I mean, synchronicity is what it is. We're all trying to gain clarity, and there it was. Right as I mentioned, thoughts, and lightning is definitely associated with that painful realization. As I said, Winter's Bone, reflection, transformation, rebirth. This is that death card showing up again. We had this earlier. Mischief and mayhem, freedom, surrender, abandon. Now, there's more than one energy with this card. Part of this is the devil energy. which is abandoning growth and giving into temptations, distractions, etc. And the other is actually freeing yourself of that. So the difference of the devil card in reverse, there is freedom to be had. There is a way forward. Like I said, identifying whether or not you can actively move forward with everything now versus later when planets go direct is key. And that's going to be different for everyone. Like I said, the lowest you can achieve is moving forward. The highest you can achieve it is retreating into your comfort zone and going within and dealing with things there. It is okay if you can't move forward. Alright, Spirit, is there anything else you would like to add to the outcome? Sacred Mountain. This is the second time this has showed up again. Ancestors, endurance, resilience. We have the Strength card. It's not a question of whether or not you can hit that goal point. It's just a question of when. And as I said, for some of you, reconnecting with your ancestors, they will help you dealing with ancestor wounding, gaining enlightenment. That's them showing back up yet again. Spirit and matter, paradox, between realms, equilibrium. Okay, equilibrium. Remember I said stay grounded. This will help you. Emotions are heightened. And of course, we're doing shadow work. We're looking within, and staying grounded is key throughout that entire process. If we don't have our footing, it's like we're floating off into space. We're lost. Please stay grounded. Whether that's, being in nature or retreating to your comfort zone, Reiki, or, sleep meditation, etc. Whatever that may be for you. Alright, Spirit, is there anything else you would like to add for the outcome? Yes. The Witching Hour, Spirit Work, Mystery, the Unknown. This definitely speaks to spirit work. Remember, we are doing shadow work, and for a lot of you, that is reconnecting to spirit itself. It is reconnecting with yourself, your ability to influence your world. And we are definitely dealing with the unknown, the things that we may not have noticed. This is what we need to get clear on and identify. As above, so below. Duality, balance, flow. I keep saying to go with the flow. Stay grounded. This is you being balanced at your center. And duality, sorry, I have to back up. Duality, that's that wanting to move forward but can't. Remember, retrogrades slow you down, but it's slowing down with purpose. So take advantage of that pause. There's a reason why you have it. Winding roots, ancestral connection, earthly wisdom. Here's your ancestors showing up yet again. Like I said, some of you are working on ancestral wounding, others are not. Others are wanting to reconnect or establish a connection for those that are probably awakening to your spirit team. Remember, ask for help. They will give it. Alright, Spirit, anything else you would like to add? The nest, spiritual hearth, comfort, well-being. This is you being balanced and at your center. This is you being grounded, as well as holding space for the person you would like to be. You connecting to your higher self. And comfort, you retreating into your comfort zone. Alright, Spirit, anything else you would like to add to the outcome? And I still have the Hidden Path card from this deck stuck in my head, and I haven't seen it yet. If it continues not to come out, I might show it to you anyway, just because of what it means. I'm not sure why I keep on getting it. Kindred spirits, rewilding, true nature, self-love. Self-love, yes. Being Cancer, full moon in Cancer, self-love is key. Self-care is key. Like I said, being grounding, having center, taking care of yourself, retreating back into your home space, going back into hermit mode, being back in your comfort zone, which is, for a lot of us, family and our home, literally our home. Blue moon, opportunities, divine power, and clarity. This is the second time this card has also showed up. As I said earlier, beware your synchronicities, because there's a lot of them, very much so in this reading. This full moon period is all about getting clear for a lot of people. It's not necessarily about moving forward. It's just about gaining clarity, knowledge, a game plan. As I said, Scavenger, another card that showed up before, is now showing up again. Desperation, scarcity, and wanting. Beware that devil energy. I know everybody's wanting to be all gung-ho and move forward. Once again, I will remind you it's okay if you can't. You have to move with the flow. As above, so below card says, you have to move with the flow of the energy of the universe. And right now, for a lot of you, you're not going to be able to. Death Valley, emptiness, hopelessness, challenges. As the Five of Needles or Five of Swords says, yeah, there's challenges, there's conflict. And it's a struggle. And there is work still to be done. But as I said, it's fine if we can't proceed right now. That does not mean it's hopeless. Remember, our fear over here is that you have an unfavorable outcome, or you won't get the outcome that you desired. Just because you've put a time constraint on something doesn't mean that it isn't for you. It just means you've put a limitation on it. I want to reiterate that yet again. So you're not going to be able to clear everything, not for everyone. A lot of you are just going to assess this month, and that is fine. Those challenges, after you identify them, can be dealt later when the energy is more correct for you to do so. Sacred law, rituals, boundaries, practice. As I said, a lot of you are reconnecting to spirit, but as I said, with our outcome, the Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles reverse, a lot of you are finding out where the conflict is of where you cannot build right now. It's you butting up to that friction and realizing there's a roadblock there. Even if you're not supposed to push through the energy, you've at least identified it. You can retreat back from it and keep that boundary there until you can actually deal with it. Inner guardian, protection, defense, refuge. Okay. Like I said, a lot of you are retreating back into your comfort zone. That is a refuge. You going into hermit mode. That is a refuge. And believe it or not, you are more protected at this time than what you think you are. This is a time for you to go within and to gain clarity. Your ancestors keep on showing up throughout all this reading. They will help you. They will protect you. And also with that, I'd like to remind you that don't push through the energy. If you bump up against something, if there's conflict, if there's resistance in any form, retreat from it. Do not deal with it right now. Just identify it and step back. Don't push through the energy, move with it. That will also help protect you. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else you'd like for the outcome? I've got so few cards that it's getting really hard to shuffle because most of this deck, and this deck is not that big, is out here on this table. if I remember right, we have only like 6 cards from our tarot deck left, and I think I've only got like maybe 9 or so from the oracle left in my hand. Like I said, most of everything from these 2 decks is out on the table. Spirit, is there anything else you would like for the outcome before I close the reading? Okay. The Hidden Path card from this deck, they have not given it to me. Oh, one more. Ooh, one more. Shadow and Light, Demon, Shadow Self, Integration. Literally shadow work by definition. As I said earlier, this, I do believe it's the 3rd time this card has come out during this reading. That ties in with the conflict. It is also what we are trying to tackle. So yes, please be aware of where all the demons lie, all the conflict lies. That way you can integrate it, whether you integrate it now or have to wait till the energy is moving more free to integrate it. Alright, Spirit. Last call. Anything else? Yes. Okay. Blood Moon. Beginnings, endings, clean slate. We had the Death card earlier. And as I said, with your recent past, for some of you, you've already peeled off one layer and released something. And a lot of you ended up closing down a cycle when you did that. And that has kicked off a new cycle. Cycles keep showing up in your reading as well. And shadow work itself will give you different cycles as you move through. Like I said, don't get frustrated if you can't move forward right now. Identify what you can. Memory in mind. This is another one that showed up earlier. So this is the 2nd time it showed up. Guidance, analysis, application. This is literally what this full moon entails in detail, if I had to sum it up. Guidance, analysis, and then application. And some of you are not going to be able to apply what you've gotten clear on, what you've planned, until later, and that is okay. For right now, connection, analyzing, which is that hermit mode, and then moving forward either now or later. Yep, getting down to the nitty-gritty, really hard to shuffle. Okay. Spirit, anything else? Alright, I'm pretty sure I covered just about everything in this reading. Some points I think I've literally stressed like 20 times throughout the entire thing. Oh. The hatchling, innocence, inner child, curiosity. Oh. Okay. Okay. This goes in with that analysis. This is literally ties into the very first card we started with at the heart of the matter, which is the Hangman, that new perspective, being curious and looking at things from a new angle, or in this case, with innocence, to gain new knowledge. A few of you might be working on inner child work as well, but that feels more strongly as Hangman energy. Look at things in a new way. Be curious about it. Investigate it. That's, yeah, definitely the Hangman, Hermit energy coming into play. Rising Sun, hope, courage, optimism. Yeah, don't give in to fear. Beware that devil energy that showed up. Remember, we didn't end up with a hope in the fear section. We ended up with literally a fear. White Oak, healing, versatility, and endurance. This is the second time this card has come up, if I remember right. You've already healed some things already, and keep on going. Endurance. You got the strength card. We've literally had more than one card that said endurance. You literally can keep on going. It's not for a lack of strength. Like I said, the energy has slowed you down, and that's slowing you down with purpose. It's not that you don't have the strength to fix what you need to fix. Okay. That was odd. I'm surprised they gave me 3 more cards. There's like no more energy in the deck. It feels like it needs to come out. However, I do believe I will go ahead and show you the Hidden Path card from this deck, because I've had it in my head this entire reading and it did not come out, but it may still be prudent. But I'm going to ask a question first. Spirit, if I had to choose one card from this oracle as a anchor card, what would it be? Because I'm wondering if maybe that's the reason why it keeps coming into my head, is that it's meant to be an anchor card. Spirit, do we need an anchor card for this reading? Weird. Very weird. I usually don't get cards stuck in my head like that, so it's weird that it didn't come out. Oh, here's another one. Underworld. Yep, okay. I asked what the anchor card would be. Underworld, the Shadow Realm, Reincarnation. Yep, doing shadow work, making changes. Remember, this ties into the Death card, Life, Death, and Rebirth. Let's set that over here to the side. And look, I flipped over the deck, and here's the Hidden Path card that I was literally thinking about for the entire reading. So, Hidden Paths, awareness, mindfulness, and self-mastery, which is kind of the same thing. It's shadow work. It's that I suppose they did give us the same thing in a different card that speaks to the same thing, but I guess does it better. And that's the memory and mind, guidance, analysis, and application. Apparently my mind, my intuition latched onto the Hidden Paths, and they dictated this one, described it better. And that's the reason why I did not get the Hidden Pass card out of the deck. And got the other one repeatedly. And if I remember right, the Memory and Mind card did come out a lot when that energy rose up. Which is fair. That makes total sense. Alright, so to sum everything up, you're working on things. Some of you can move forward, some of you can't because of how the energy is. If you can't, that is totally fine. Once everything goes direct and you are going to be more free moving, that'll be towards more February, after the shadow periods for the planets going direct, then you can work on things. Remember, now is a time for you to connect, stay grounded, analyze, make a game plan, address what you need to address, and identify those items along the way. And if you can't move forward now, you at least have a game plan, intentions, and have figured out a way to move forward once you have the energy cleared so you can. Please remember to not get stuck, identify areas of friction, and don't push through the energy. If you bump up against resistance or friction or any of that, if you go against the flow, that will not lead to a great outcome. So please move with the flow, move with the energy, not against it. Please avail yourself of the time to slow down and go within, reconnect your higher self, your intuition, and yes, your spirit team. If you need help, ask for help. And I think that pretty much sums it up. So thank you everyone for watching, if you're still with me. If any of this resonated for you, please slam that like button. Apparently that's important. So like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.